son, I love him for him, I'ma make it happen. Now my dream's reality, not going back to back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laugh. Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days.
The onset of fall weather, Coach, certainly a welcome occurrence for folks in Silicon Valley, and we've got football on a gorgeous day here in Santa Clara as we are situated at Levi's Stadium. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Levi's Stadium tunnels, and the noise level in this place was deafening. They're set for football as the 49ers get ready to do battle with the Carolina Panthers. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
What's that? Right here.
Mike 54. Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges.
20.
Check.
Now it's Newton here off the bootleg. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 43. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it seems almost effortless.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Let's go, Heavy. Let me what you got, Heavy.
Great.
Give me some.
Again, Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, he'll force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. He can run for it, and he will. And he slides to avoid the hit. 14 yards, good for a Panther 1st down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
Newton has the hook up here to Hogan. A gain of 6 there on 1st. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Newton into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the 1st quarter.
Too many ones in this play. 1st quarter, 1st drive, 1st interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Here we go. 180.
54. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here.
13.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Gets this one to use check. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Let's make these babies.
21. I got you. Hey, orbit. White.
Check right 54. Mike 54.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down.
Go.
Right there. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Hey, tighten down. There you go. Check 24.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Gerald McCoy able to record his 5th sack of the season. On is the rookie 4th-rounder Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
I'm here all day. I'm here.
Newton now to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the intended target, and it's third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They come up now, 3rd and 5, following the incomplete pass. The shotgun snap for Newton. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. Thielen with his first catch, and it's a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot. And they connected there and picked up a first down.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Cam's going to run the option right. And an alley to run. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Now a pass complete to Hogan. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. He may try and run for this. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Newton. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
At the 4-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 2nd and goal, Newton. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Gano the extra point. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Gano out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Here we go.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, gun. 12. Hey, echo.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
21.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. I love watching Goodwin play. Of course, everybody knows his story of him being an Olympian. He's a long jumper, right?
Yes.
But you know that he has that athleticism, that big playability.
He certainly does. And not only was he an Olympian as a long jumper, married to a sprinter. How about that for speed in one family? And I love his end zone celebrations now. When he does go deep and beat someone for a touchdown, now he does the long jump as his celebration. Pretty cool deal.
At their own 23-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
To throw again. Newton. Escaping the pressure right. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
That's it. Look, Katie.
54. He's tired of me. He's tired of us.
On first down, Newton. Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So the 14 yards actually takes him from 143 to the other for 1st and 10. They'll run it with Scarlett. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Another run, this time McCaffrey. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Yeah, Greg Olsen's back for his 13th NFL season. The last 9 have been in a Panthers uniform. Only 9 games for him a year ago, 7 the season before due to injuries. But when healthy, a 1,000-yard receiver in 2014, 15, and 16.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Okay, so you just took the big loss. Now what are you doing on 4th down?
Well, we have a change of plans now is what we have, because I think they were looking at the play sheet, trying to dial something up to go for it on 4th down. But after that loss, that goes right out the window. Now you have to kick the field goal and hope to come back down the next time and score.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
21. Here we go.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It is tough to complete pass against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle.
Here we go.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Hey, watch the ball, watch the ball. Wide, get wide.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. They'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Garoppolo to Goodwin there for a 49er first. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Being chased out left. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Here we go. 180.
54. Watch the pass.
I got you. 11.
To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. Left 80.
54. Mike, 54. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be a long
13.
54, Mike. 54.
Now Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Steps away to his left. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Well, Pettis is quickly becoming the #1 receiving option for Jimmy Garoppolo.
Here we go.
Into last year, John Lynch said that they loved the way he closed the season, really came on late. Remember, this is a guy that they traded up to get at number 44 back in 2018 out of the University of Washington. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1.
Clock. Hey, seam 6. 12, fellas, here we go.
Hey, they scared. Watch that. Check your hot read. Hey, watch that.
White. Clock.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, you string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Newton now 13 out of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a first down. From the gun, here's Newton. The throw left side complete to Hogan. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
Out of bounds at the 47-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Check. 20. Check.
Now Newton. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Newton on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl.
On first down, Coleman. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Come on, baby. Let's go. Here we go.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Garoppolo. Flushed out right. Now Garoppolo lost the football, and the Panthers have recovered.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
20.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 27-yard
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Newton. Dancing to his left. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Solomon Thomas. What a play by him. That's a loss of 17.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the scrambler or the dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Dee Ford providing a little deja vu, back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter. Well, this is a guy who is already among an elite group of kickers that have hit from 60-plus in an NFL game, but that's a tough ask to try and get him to produce another one here.
You're exactly right. It's elite group for a reason, isn't it? No small feat for him to hit it from that distance. This one doesn't go through. I always marvel at those guys because it's the same approach every time, the same smoothness when they swing their leg. Doesn't look like they're putting anything extra even when they're kicking it for 60-plus.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
11. Check, Mike.
There's Garoppolo to throw. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
Result of the play, first down and 10.
Here we go. 180. 2. 54. 2. Come on, let's go. Check 4. 2.
Right there. 54 Mike.
Watch the slant. Hey. 12, fellas. Here we go.
Check 26.
61. Matchbox lights. 11.
Garoppolo on first down. His throw caught. What about the 5? And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are able to regain the lead. Gold with the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook. Go play action. Toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Separating from the gun. Newton. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. D. Ford able to record his 5th sack of the season.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. From the gun, Newton. Completes it to Samuel. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
First down, Panthers.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 46. Newton now to throw. Flush to his right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing is Newton. And the tight end Olsen, right side. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 32-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Newton now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Newton and Olsen here with a connection. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
Newton will bring him up 1st and 10, and he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive.
20.
Newton throwing again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Again, Newton. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
I got them. 21. Here we go.
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd.
54, hey, exit. Check, watch 54, watch 54.
Hey, 11.
D, let's get off the field, D. Check 50. He's coming. We got double up.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Got his target, Samuel. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 36. Samuel, the 36 overall pick in last year's draft. Played his college ball at South Carolina. Really good senior campaign. 62 catches, 882 yards, and also threw in 11 touchdowns for good measure. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, here's Breida. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go. 180.
Mike 54. I'm coming after you.
21.
I'm coming after you. Mike.
Hey, wahoo.
Mike 54. Hey, come on now. Hey, watch that.
Check that hunt.
On 2nd and 7, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Check. Watch 54.
They'll try and run for it. This is Juszczyk. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22.
I know this game's winding down and people are getting tired, and that's when you really want a big body guy running the football. But I have to tell you, watching him run it, I wonder why they don't use it more earlier in the game.
Yeah, those bigger guys here late in the game, you're trying to protect the lead, usually not as fumble-prone either.
No, that is so true because they are taught, take care of the ball as you surge forward, and you often see them with both hands wrapped around it when they go through the line.
He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Matt Breida, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Newton. Eluding the pressure right. And right side caught. Hogan. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Ready, 8.
From the gun on 3rd down, Newton. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To the air again, Newton. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, the pressure, the hits, the sacks have been coming at him all game long. I'm frankly surprised that they haven't found a solution yet to create more time for him to throw it or maybe change what they do on offense.
And that's one of the biggest differences in this game and why they're losing right now. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Newton, that's to McCaffrey, complete. Those short little routes probably going to be open. The defense, they'll let those happen, especially when they can make an inbounds tackle.
Yeah, where's Coach Madden when you need him? He always talked about taking what the defense gives you, but sometimes you have to know when you have to take more. That was one of those situations.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the 1st. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Newton. And the Niners get there and bring him down. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Newton to throw. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Back to throw, Newton. Forced out to his left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for a strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
They run with Breida, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make this a 2nd and 13. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. They run again with Breida. A big play there for the Niners. Give him 42 yards on the ground.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
Check it backer, check it backer.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he's got room. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tevin Coleman. His first touchdown on the year. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Niners. Gold with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Nick Bosa just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for the 49ers, they fall a game under 500 now at 3 up and 4 down. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, the loss drops them back to 4-3.